one who can't speak. I want to be their voice. I want to work for human rights and human dignity.
"61 million tons of rubble. That number is so large, so enormous, it stops feeling like a number at all. It's 169 kilograms of broken buildings for every square meter of the Gaza Strip. At the time of this recording, more than 80% of all structures there have been damaged or destroyed. The UN puts the reconstruction bill at around $70 billion and says rebuilding could take decades. Rubble is what remains when a home is bombed. It is the material of loss. Welcome to the Optimist Daily's weekly roundup. It's Arielle here, back with another guest interview with two very special, resilient teens who I am sure are going to inspire you just as much as they have inspired me.
Hi, I'm Tala, I'm a Palestinian girl from Gaza.
And I'm Farah, I'm also a Palestinian girl from Gaza.
Tala and Farah Mousa were 16 and 14 years old respectively when their home was bombed. Before the devastation hit, their family evacuated in a rush. Tala grabbed a bag and tried to fill it with whatever was in front of her. The last thing she threw in was her technology textbook. The day after the bombing, still shocked and devastated by the destruction of her home, Tala flipped open the book. There was a lesson about making blocks from mountain stone. She looked at the rubble all around her, the physical, jagged fragments of broken lives, communities, and homes, and thought, what if you didn't clear it away? What if this rubble was part of the answer? Today, Tala is 17 and Farah is 15. Together, they built Build Hope Palestine, a method for turning rubble into reusable construction blocks. 80% recycled rubble mixed with clay and ash and glass powder. Strong enough for partitions, pavement, shelters, tent foundations. Designed so anyone who learns how to do it can teach it to someone else. The Earth Prize is the world's largest environmental competition for teenagers. 15,000 entrants from 160 countries, one winner per region. This year, the Middle East winner was Build Hope Palestine, and the two sisters who dreamed it up while sheltering in a tent in Gaza. They are the first Palestinian team to have won it. I had the privilege of speaking to them about their accomplishments, what keeps them motivated these days, and about who they are as people. They were still in their tent in the Middle Gaza region while on the call with me, so you may hear some noise in the background here and there. You'll hear Tala's voice first, followed by her sister, Farah.
Started this Build Hope mission.
We were like just two simple sisters from Gaza. We love studying, we love volunteering and engaging and participating in community activities. And somehow we had a vision that we will make something in the future, especially for the youth in Gaza. I always dreamed to study international law and maybe to be an ambassador for Palestine one day, because I always want to be the voice of children and women here in Gaza, the one who can't speak. I want to be their voice. I want to work for human rights and human dignity.
I want to study translation and language because I want to share our story in different language, and yeah.
Pretty big and noble aspirations, right? I asked them where these dreams came from for them.
It's all about our childhood. Like, our childhood wasn't something really normal. It wasn't like the normal that any child in the world have, because we faced multiple wars, not the only one which was the last one. Every one of them affect us, like affect our vision, affect our minds, affect the way how we think and how we want to be in the future. So it was the biggest motivator for us. I want maybe to work in international law because I want to defend my people. Farah want to share our story. So it's all about our generation, it's all about our city, it's all about Gaza.
And what is it that they are fighting for? What do they want for their generation and for the generations of children that come after them?
just live in peace. They don't need something complicated. They just want to live a normal life like anyone or any children can live in the world. They want to live in peace, go to school, and have a balanced food maybe. We are talking about basic human needs. We're not talking about something complex.
Tala and Farah already had huge ambitions for their futures and for the futures of their peers, but the details of Build Hope hadn't been solidified yet. I asked them when the idea of Build Hope Palestine really came to life.
For you.
Maybe you are now waiting for a happy moment, but the reality is away from that. When our home was bombed, it was a day full of cries and tears. It was really sadness everywhere. But we don't have wardrobes because we live in a tent, and in the tent there is no space. We only have a bag. And that bag, I hold it from the last time we were in our home before it was bombed. So I put anything I saw in it. The final thing, it was my technology book. It was the day after our home was bombed. I wanted to do something that made me attached somehow to my home, satisfied my belonging feeling, satisfied my inner voice here who want to do anything to be attached to her home. So when I read the book, there was a lesson about how we make blocks in usual, like how they make stones and blocks from the mountains. There is how to make stones, and there is the news of yesterday that our home was bombed, literally. So when everything was in one mixture, the idea literally clicked. What if we replace the mountain stone with rubble? What if we make a reconstruction? What if and what if? And anything, the first one who I shared my ideas with is Farah. So I told her, and she loved the idea. She loved it, and she supported me. We just have a deep discussion after that, and then we go straight to our mom, and we told her, because she is an industrial engineer, so she have an idea about how they do these things.
What Tala and Farah built was designed to run without them. Anyone who learns the method can teach it to someone else, so the knowledge keeps moving no matter what. So, how are the blocks made anyway? We asked Farah to explain the process.
Okay, first we collect rubble, we collect the safe rubble and crush it, mix it with local blenders such as clay, ash and glass powder, and we mix it together with water, and we put it in the model for seven days.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 days in the model and 5 without it.
Yeah.
And it will be ready for use, for non-load bearing use.
Non-load bearing, yeah. And non-load bearing is like it's for partitions, pavement, for temporary shelters, for what else? Settlement?
Yeah, for settling the
Tent.
tent.
Solutions that are self-sustaining, that don't need the architect of the original solution to keep the positive impact going, are some of the best kinds of solutions out there. It's so impressive that Tala and Farah were able to come up with such a practical and immediate way to resolve the immense destruction facing them and their community. Tala and Farah made it incredibly clear how they feel about their community and how their love for and faith in those around them really fuel how they approach the world.
People around us have passions, talents, and power. They are really creative. They are just waiting for the real chance. They are just waiting to be heard and to be seen from the world. So I can tell you that from the day they announced us as the Middle East regional winner, me and Farah received thousands of messages in our mobiles that you were our inspiration, you inspired us, you gave us hope, which we totally lost in the war, and you give us like a real experience that people in Gaza here can be seen from the world.
And you both said that you feel like you're representing basically all of the youth in Gaza right now, not just yourselves. How does that feel? Is that a lot of pressure, or do you find that very motivating?
It was a bit pressure for us because we are like a high schooler. How do you tell us like we are representing a whole country here and a whole generation of youth? But after that, we get used to it, and we loved it. To be honest with you, we believe it's like an honor for us to represent millions of youth here in Gaza, and also to give them a real experience that they can do it, but they need to keep going.
After their regional Earth Prize win, messages came in from across Gaza, saying things like, "You gave us hope we had lost. You showed us we can be seen." Carrying that at such young ages, in a tent in an active conflict zone, as Tala expressed, it's an honor and it's also a real weight. I asked them what gets them through on days when their work feels too heavy to continue.
Basically, when we don't want to give up, we just remember the first day the idea clicked to our mind. It was a day after home was bombed. We remember how that scene was. It was really bad, but somehow we made it a source of motivation and hope for us.
That day, when Build Hope Palestine was born out of the broken pieces of Tala and Farah's home, eventually led up to the moment they won the Regional Earth Prize for the Middle East. The girls take us back to that moment.
We were sitting next to each other. I was studying. She had her mobile in her hand, and then there was like an alert that from the Earth Prize there is an email. So she told me like, "Tala, there is an email from the Earth Prize." So I just like throw my books away and had like the mobile in our hands like this. We were literally shaking. And then when we open the email, we see a huge congratulation. So we believed like it was a hard thing, and we finally made it. We did it. We nailed it. We start laughing in a crazy way. And then my mom came from our laughing sound, and she said, "What's happened? What did you win?" We told her, "Yeah," and we started hugging each other, and we started crying, and it was like the happiness tears.
Winning the Middle East Regional Earth Prize is already such a huge accomplishment. But Tala and Farah don't see it as the end goal. They see it as a launch pad to further their positive impact. So what's next for them?
For the project, we intend to make workshops next month, maybe when we had the money, because we will launch workshops, train young people, and produce blogs with them, because we are not just intending them to learn how to make blogs, but no, we are giving them the awareness, we are giving them the knowledge. We want them to share it with their peers, with their families, and friends. But personally, I will be, as I told you, in my final year in high school in 2 months. So it will be a really hard year for me. And I will start applying for universities abroad, because as you know, there's no universities here in Gaza. And Farah will be in her 10th grade, which also a hard grade, I think. And yeah, just keep going and always had the vision and the hope that we will make something for this country.
To keep up with Tala and Farah's progress and to support Build Hope Palestine, make sure to follow their Instagram, which is at BUIL_DHOPE. Don't worry, I will link this in the show notes. You can also read all about the other fantastic regional winners in a piece we wrote about them recently, which will also be linked, along with the Earth Prize website, so you can learn all about their amazing work and check out the team who ended up winning the global prize. Tala and Farah were such a delight to speak with. I honestly feel so privileged to have had the opportunity to meet such wonderful, willful young women. And I can't wait to share with you what the best advice they had ever received was, and on top of that, some words of wisdom of their own. But before we do that, I just want to thank all you optimists out there simply for being here, for believing that we can make this world a better place. If our solutions-focused mission resonates with you, then please share our work with your friends and family or anyone that you feel needs a bit more positivity in their lives. Hit that follow button so that you don't miss an episode, subscribe to our free daily or weekly newsletter, Follow us on socials at Optimus Daily on pretty much everything except for X, where we are at Ode to Optimism. Every little thing, every little like, subscribe, follow, or positive rating really does support us and bolster us. It keeps us motivated to continue doing this work. On that note, we want to give an extra special thank you to our emissaries who are our financial supporters. If you want to join in and become an emissary with a one-time, monthly, or annual donation, there is a link for that in the show notes. Emissaries also get a perk where they can shout out a person, organization, charity, whatever, and whomever is generating good in their world. And Carissa and I will either read their message aloud here, or emissaries can leave a voice note that we will play on the podcast. If you're already an emissary, you should have a link for that in your email. And if you become one, then you'll get one shortly after signing up. All right. With all that said and done, I'm turning it over to Tala and Farah to share the best advice they've ever received.
My mom once told us, never let your circumstances decide the size of your dreams. The time I heard it, I was like 14 years old. I didn't understand it. But now I am living with it. This advice my biggest source of motivation, not only me, like Farah also, because we had hard circumstances, but look at us now, like we didn't make these circumstances decide the size of our dreams.
And when I asked if they had anything else that they wanted to leave us with, here's Tala.
It would be only that hope can rise. Hope can rise amid destruction. Hope can rise over rubble and darkness. Hope can rise. Just have a faith in your heart and a plan in your mind and always work on it. And I can tell you, hope can rise.